Hey guys, I thought I'd show you case 3 of my PS1, PS2, PS3 collection, the final case, at least for those games. And then I could show you some other games like my Xbox 360, Wii and stuff, but this is case number 3, excuse me. But this is like my first case, so yeah, we're going old school now. With like most of the PS1 games, and yeah. Oh no, PS2 games too. Got Final Fantasy Origins, which is Final Fantasy 1 and 2 on the same disc. Final Fantasy Chronicles, which has, I think, Final Fantasy 6, and then Chrono Trigger. So it has Chrono Trigger on there too. Final Fantasy Tactics, which is I think everybody knows what this is. Basically, it's like one of those puzzle RPG games, like where like you're on a grid and you fight like that on a grid, you know. It's like that. But I got that, like those, so I got those two, and then oh, it could have Final Fantasy 4 too. Like, see, that's Final Fantasy 1 and 2. I think I already showed Final Fantasy 4 though, but I have Final Fantasy 4 also. And probably 3 or whatever, I don't know. I have too many games, so yeah. Final Fantasy 7, Sorry About the Dogs. That is like, what, 4 discs, I think? Oh, 3 discs. Which is guarded as, I think Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 6 are debated as like the best in the series. I think most people think 7's the best because it was like their first Final Fantasy, plus it was like the first 3D Final Fantasy, you know. So I think that's why it's everybody's favorite, because you know it changed the gaming scape. But I have that Final Fantasy 8 right there, which is like what? Yeah, this is 4 discs. Final Fantasy 8 is like 4 discs. So I got that. This is Final Fantasy 9 right here. Got that. And that's 4 discs too, wow. Final Fantasy 9 right there. I believe I had Final Fantasy 4 or 3 somewhere. I could have just got the Roman numerals wrong. Final Fantasy X, the Greatest Hits Edition, but I still got it. Considered to be one of the best Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy X-2, people didn't like it that much. Final Fantasy 12, I believe, the last Final Fantasy for the PS2. I got the collector's edition, as you can tell. Right there, that's like the bonus disc for it. Final Fantasy VII, Dirge of Cerberus. Since Final Fantasy VII is basically the most popular one, they made like 5 billion games based off Final Fantasy VII and movies and stuff. And this one is like with Vincent, and it's like a third-person shooter kind of game, like action-adventure shooter. So I got that. People don't really like it that much, but I thought it was alright. I thought it was fun. But I got that. Yeah, Legend of Dragoon. This has like, what? Yeah, this has 4 discs too. I got that. It's another classic RPG game. Legend of Dragoon. You can get it on the PS3, PS1 classics too. It's like $5. I would definitely recommend it. It's one of the, it's a classic RPG, so yeah. The original Persona and Persona 2. Got the original Persona, which is more like a dungeon crawler mixed with like a traditional RPG kinda, cause like the dungeons and stuff, which is not first person, but it's like that. And then Persona 2, Eternal Punishment. By the way, Persona 2 has like 2 games, Eternal Punishment and Innocent Sin. I have Innocent Sin, but just for the PSP, because before then, Innocent Sin never got released for US. It just got released for the PSP just recently. So yeah, but yeah, I got it. I guess it's a bonus disc for it. So I got Persona 1 and 2. And I got Elander, which is like this really good classic side-scrolling shooter game, like one of those old school side-scrolling shooting games, like those really hard ones. Got that. That Elander's like a classic one. I'd recommend it because it's a classic. But I got that. My cousin had the demo of it, so I had to get the game. So yeah. I hope I haven't missed any pages. Vagrant Story, another classic RPG for the for the PS1. Got that. Still need to beat it. Diablo, like the original Diablo, but for the PlayStation. Yeah, it's there. It says that's Diablo for the the original Diablo. I don't really need to say anything about that since it kind of explains itself. A classic survival horror game that I wish would make a comeback. I mean it did for like when the 360 came out, but it was horrible. But what I'm talking about is Dino Crisis 1 and Dino Crisis 2, which is like basically like Resident Evil but with dinosaurs. It's definitely a classic. But I actually beat Dino Crisis 2 in one sitting, which I'm really proud of. So I got that. Star Ocean, The Second Story, which is another like old school Final or RPG game where it's like the old Final Fantasy games like 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and stuff, and then like Earthbound, like those RPGs kinda. But I got those. It's like a 2-disc. Star Ocean Till the End of Time, which is like an action RPG game. It's like 80 hours long, so it's pretty long. Alone in the Dark, New Nightmare. I think it has 2 discs. So I got that. I think it has 2 discs. Yeah, it does. This just came out on the PSN store today, so you can buy it for like $5. But I got that. Power Slave, I don't remember what that is. I think it's a fighting game. I don't remember. This is another weird... Martin Gothic is another weird RPG game. I barely played it, but it's another, I think, no, I don't know, it's just a really weird, unique RPG, but I got that. This one, this series right here, the Fear Fact series, I really need to beat these 2 games, like go back and beat them. But this is like, I think this is another survival horror game, but not really. But this game got a lot of controversy back in the day. Because, man. Because, Fear Effect 1 and 2, or, this is Fear Effect 1, but it's like 4 discs. But these games had the first, lesbian people in the game. Yes, there's like, these people, the main characters are actually a lesbian, and they like basically fall in love. So, like, that's it's a really different take on a game. Plus, it has, like, a really cool shell-shaded look in it. Kind of like, the Darkness, but just different. But I got that. And we'll stop here and continue on later.